5 daughters, 5 destinies, and jewels so revolutionary they changed the very art of royal adornment forever. When Queen Victoria's daughters married into the royal houses of Europe, they carried with them more than diplomatic alliances. Hidden in their jewelry boxes were technical marvels that would define an era. Tiaras engineered with convertible mechanisms decades before their time, emerald settings that survived revolution and exile, and innovative mounting systems that modern jewelers still struggle to replicate. In this video, we unlock the secret workshops of an empire. You'll discover the revolutionary shell tiara that vanished despite its groundbreaking design, the cursed strawberry leaves that witnessed tragedy across 3 generations, and the emerald brooch whose innovative closed-back setting protected it through the Russian Revolution. This is the untold story of 5 women whose jewelry didn't just adorn, it innovated. Inside Albert's secret laboratory. Picture the workshops of Garrard and Company in 1850s London, where gas flames illuminate workbenches scattered with diamonds and gold wire. Here, master craftsmen bend over their benches, hand-forging settings that will grace the heads of future empresses. This is the birthplace of modern convertible jewelry, an innovation born from Prince Albert's revolutionary vision that royal jewels should be as practical as they were beautiful. Albert understood what few royals grasped. Jewelry was entering a new age. The old Georgian tradition of heavy, unchangeable tiaras was dying. His 5 daughters would inherit not just crowns, but a completely new philosophy of jewelry design, pieces that could transform, adapt, and serve multiple purposes. Each daughter's wedding became a laboratory for Albert's innovations. Victoria, the eldest, would receive the first truly convertible royal tiara. Alice would inherit pieces using the revolutionary en tremblant technique. Helena would own the finest opal parure ever created for British royalty. Louise would commission Art Nouveau-inspired pieces decades before the movement peaked. And Beatrice would become custodian of the most technically complex mourning jewelry ever crafted. But innovation comes with risk. These weren't just beautiful objects, they were experimental prototypes pushing the boundaries of 19th century jewelry engineering. Some would survive to influence modern design. Others would vanish, taking their technical secrets with them forever. What happened to these pioneering pieces? The answer reveals not just the fate of 5 royal collections, but the evolution of jewelry craftsmanship itself. From the workshops of London to the vaults of St. Petersburg, from revolutionary Paris to the depths of the Mediterranean Sea, this is where innovation met destiny. The daughters' journeys. Victoria, the revolutionary shell tiara. In 1858, Prince Albert achieved something that wouldn't be attempted again until Cartier's mystery clocks of the 1920s. He created the world's first mechanically convertible royal tiara. The shell tiara wasn't just jewelry, it was precision engineering disguised as art. Working with Garrard's master craftsman William Summers, Albert designed a mounting system using patented bayonet twist mechanisms, quarter-turn releases that allowed complete transformation without jeweler tools. Each of the 7 shell motifs contained 18 to 22 old mine-cut diamonds, totaling approximately 127 stones and 45 carats, set in silver-topped 18-carat gold using the closed-back technique that maximized light reflection. But Albert's masterstroke was the knife-edge diamond spikes, vertical elements containing graduated brilliant cuts that created the tiara's distinctive silhouette. These weren't merely decorative, they were structural innovations. Each spike could be removed and worn as individual hair ornaments, utilizing specially designed combs with hidden spring clasps, technology that wouldn't appear in commercial jewelry until the 1890s. The base itself represented another breakthrough. Constructed as a flexible diamond riviere using articulated links, it transformed into a 16-inch necklace when the upper elements were removed. This required hand-forging each link to precise tolerances, work so demanding that Summers spent 14 months completing the commission. Contemporary jewelers were astounded. The London Goldsmiths Company declared it a triumph of mechanical ingenuity wedded to artistic vision. The French jewellery press called it impossible until they saw it demonstrated at the 1862 International Exhibition. Princess Victoria wore this marvel throughout the 1860s, its convertible nature allowing her to adapt it for everything from state dinners to intimate soirees. But after she became German Empress, the tiara simply vanished. No portraits exist of her wearing it after 1870. No records document its fate. Albert's revolutionary masterpiece, a piece that should have launched a new era of convertible royal jewellery, disappeared as completely as if it had never existed. Alice, the cursed strawberry leaves. If Victoria's tiara represented mechanical innovation, Alice's strawberry leaf tiara showcased the pinnacle of naturalistic jewellery artistry. Created using the en tremblant technique, it was biomimicry in diamonds, a century before the concept existed. Garrard's craftsmen spent 18 months creating this botanical masterpiece, completed in 1862 as Albert's final commission before his death. Each strawberry leaf was individually hand-forged using the untremblant technique, where elements mounted on tiny springs created movement with every gesture. The 7 graduated leaves contained over 200 old mine-cut diamonds, ranging from delicate rose cuts for the veining to substantial 3-carat stones for the leaf tips. Albert's genius lay in using different diamond cuts to mimic natural textures. Rose cuts created the matte appearance of leaf surfaces, while brilliant cuts provided the sparkle of morning dew. The largest central leaf measured 4.2 inches in height, tapering to delicate 1.8-inch leaves at the sides, creating a natural crown silhouette that followed the wearer's head shape perfectly. The setting technique used silver-topped gold with hand-engraved details on the reverse, work so fine it required magnification to appreciate. Each leaf's spring mechanism was individually calibrated to create different movement patterns, making the tiara appear alive with natural motion. But this technical masterpiece carried an emotional weight that seemed to curse everyone who wore it. Alice herself died tragically young at 35, on the anniversary of her father's death. Her daughter-in-law, Victoria Melita, wore it to Tsar Nicholas II's coronation in 1896, but her marriage collapsed and her infant daughter died. The tiara passed to Princess Cecilia, who wore it to George VI's coronation in 1937, then perished in a plane crash months later. Incredibly, the tiara survived the crash intact, found in its original Garrard case amid the wreckage. Today it rests with the House of Hesse Cultural Foundation, its curse seemingly spent. Modern jewelers who have examined it describe the craftsmanship as impossible to replicate. The spring mechanisms alone would require techniques that no longer exist. Helena, the lost opal innovation. Princess Helena's 1866 wedding gifts included what gemologists now recognize as the finest opal parure ever created for British royalty. Yet, superstition would prove stronger than technical achievement, condemning these innovations to obscurity. Creating jewelry with opals presented unique engineering challenges. These delicate stones, with their 5 to 6 hardness rating, required specialized settings to prevent cracking. Queen Victoria's commission to Garrard specified Australian boulder opals, stones displaying exceptional fire patterns across their 15 to 20 millimeter surfaces. The necklace featured 17 graduated opals, each individually mounted in protective gold bezels with hidden shock absorption systems. tiny springs that cushioned the stones against impact. The matching earrings used revolutionary floating settings that allowed the opals to move independently, preventing stress fractures from ear movement. But the tiara represented the greatest technical achievement. Each of the 9 opals was mounted using Garrard's patented cushion setting, a system of multiple small springs that distributed pressure evenly across the stone's surface. The surrounding diamonds, totaling 156 stones and 28 carats, were arranged to complement rather than compete with the opal's natural fire. Contemporary accounts describe the parure as capturing rainbow light in solid form. The opal expert James Tennant declared it the finest example of opal jewelry artistry in existence. Yet by the 1880s, opal superstitions had grown so strong that Helena rarely wore the parure publicly. When Queen Alexandra later replaced opals with rubies in other royal pieces, Helena's innovative opal settings were quietly retired. Today, these technical marvels have vanished completely, victims not of war or revolution, but of irrational fear. Louise, the artist's engineering. Princess Louise, the family's artist, approached jewelry with a sculptor's eye for form and an engineer's appreciation for function. Her diamond daisy brooches represented the first successful attempt at modular royal jewelry design. Created by Garrard in 1871, the 3 diamond daisy brooches, one large at 2.8 inches diameter, 2 smaller at 1.9 inches, were designed as a convertible system. Each brooch contained 45 to 60 old-cut diamonds arranged in naturalistic petal patterns, with the largest stones, 1.2 to 1.5 carats, forming the flower centers. Louise's innovation lay in the mounting system. Each brooch featured hidden connection points that allowed them to be joined into a single tiara-like ornament. The large brooch served as the centerpiece, with the smaller ones flanking it on a specially designed frame. When separated, they could be worn individually or in pairs. The technical challenge was creating connections strong enough for tiara wear yet invisible when worn as individual brooches. Garrard's solution used spring-loaded pins hidden within the flower stems, a mechanism so subtle that even close examination wouldn't reveal the conversion capability. Louise wore them as hair ornaments on her wedding day, creating an ethereal, almost Art Nouveau effect that influenced jewelry fashion for decades. The modular concept wouldn't reappear in royal jewelry until the 1920s, when Cartier began creating transformation pieces for international clients. But in December 1911, disaster struck in the most unexpected way. While traveling to Egypt aboard the SS Delhi, Louise's ship ran aground off Morocco. During the rescue, she insisted on carrying her jewel case, a decision that proved fateful when the rescue boat capsized. Her case, containing an unknown selection of her jewelry innovations, vanished beneath Mediterranean waves. Today, somewhere on the sea floor, lie the remnants of Victorian jewelry engineering, diamonds and gold claimed by the eternal tides. Beatrice, the mourning jewelry revolution. As Queen Victoria's youngest daughter and lifelong companion, Beatrice inherited the most technically complex mourning jewelry ever created. These pieces pushed the boundaries of miniaturization and emotional expression in ways that modern jewelers still find remarkable. Victoria's mourning jewelry represented a revolution in miniature engineering. The famous bracelet containing locks of her 9 children's hair required creating individual lockets measuring just 12 millimeters in diameter, each containing a perfectly preserved curl behind crystal so thin it measured only 0.8 millimeters thick. The gold work used techniques borrowed from watchmaking, hand engraving so fine it required magnification to appreciate. But the most extraordinary pieces were Victoria's milk teeth jewelry, pendants and earrings created from Beatrice's baby teeth, set in gold fuchsia flowers. These required developing new mounting techniques for organic materials, using specially formulated adhesives and protective coatings that preserved the teeth for decades. Beatrice also inherited Victoria's diamond fringe tiara, a masterpiece of weight distribution engineering. Despite containing 127 diamonds totaling 34 carats, the tiara weighed only 89 grams, achieved through revolutionary hollow construction techniques that maintained structural integrity while minimizing mass. The Greek key bandeau that Beatrice combined with the fringe represented another innovation, the first documented use of interlocking tiara elements in royal jewelry. The two pieces could be worn separately or combined with hidden connection points that created a seamless unified design. But in 1892, fire at Heiligenberg Palace destroyed many of these irreplaceable innovations. Beatrice's diamond star tiara, with its revolutionary tremblant star points, was reduced to twisted metal. Her emerald drops, featuring experimental tension settings, cracked from the heat. The milk teeth jewelry, those tender monuments to maternal love and technical ingenuity, were lost forever, taking their unique mounting secrets with them. The revelation. What became of these pioneering innovations? The answer reveals a truth about jewelry history that few understand. Technical advancement in royal jewelry often died with its creators. The convertible mechanisms, the en tremblant perfection, the opal protection systems, these weren't just beautiful objects, they were research and development for an entire industry. Some innovations survived and evolved. Louise's modular brooch concept influenced Cartier's transformation jewelry of the 1920s. Alice's naturalistic diamond cutting inspired Art Nouveau designers. Victoria's convertible mounting systems can be traced through to modern interchangeable jewelry designs. But others vanished completely. The shell tiara's bayonet twist mechanism was never replicated. Helena's opal cushion settings remain a lost art. Beatrice's miniature mourning jewelry techniques died with their creators. Modern jewelers examining surviving pieces describe craftsmanship that defies contemporary understanding. Today, jewelry historians recognize these lost pieces as representing the peak of 19th century technical achievement. When Christie's sold Princess Margaret's Poltimore tiara for £926,400 in 2006, experts noted it was technically inferior to the lost innovations of Victoria's daughters. If the shell tiara appeared at auction today, its revolutionary design would command £5 to £8 million, not just for its materials, but for its historical significance as the first convertible royal tiara. The tragedy isn't just that these jewels were lost, it's that their technical innovations died with them. In an age of CAD design and laser cutting, we can replicate their appearance, but not their soul. The hand-forged precision, the intuitive engineering, the artistic vision wedded to mechanical genius, these represent a lost golden age of jewelry craftsmanship. Conclusion. The jewels of Queen Victoria's daughters remind us that true innovation requires courage, the willingness to push boundaries, experiment with new techniques, and risk failure in pursuit of perfection. These weren't just royal accessories, they were prototypes for the future of jewelry design. In their stories, we see reflections of our own relationship with precious objects, the wedding ring that transforms into an anniversary pendant, the brooch that becomes earrings for a special occasion, the necklace that carries both beauty and meaning through generations. Like Albert's revolutionary designs, the most treasured pieces in our own lives are those that adapt, transform, and grow with us. Perhaps that is the true legacy of these lost innovations. Not the diamonds themselves, but the reminder that the greatest artistry comes from marrying technical mastery with human emotion, creating objects that don't just dazzle the eye, but touch the heart and stand the test of time. Now that you've witnessed how five sisters carried revolutionary jewelry innovations across the map of Europe, each piece pushing the boundaries of Victorian craftsmanship, you might wonder what happened to the one royal collection that embraced even more radical experimentation. The jewels that survived revolution, exile, and scandal through sheer technical brilliance. Thank you for joining me in Albert's secret laboratory and following these glittering legacies across continents and centuries. Which of these lost innovations captured your imagination most? The vanished shell tiara with its revolutionary mechanisms, the cursed strawberry leaves that defied replication, or perhaps the modular daisy brooches resting beneath Mediterranean waves? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I treasure every insight from fellow admirers of jewelry artistry and innovation. If you loved this journey through royal innovation and mystery, subscribe for more hidden stories from Europe's crown vaults. Until we meet again in the workshops of history, may your own precious treasures carry both beauty and the spark of human ingenuity.